Good morning, afternoon, evening. It is Alexis Arcade, and today is a beautiful day to not be outside, but instead to be back here in the ARK dev kit to take a look at another dinosaur set to be released in Update 251, scheduled for November the 23rd. This dinosaur, I think, is going to make another interesting addition to the game simply because of the mechanic that it offers. We will get to that in 1 minute, but let's not waste any more time and get to looking at the Moschops. Here it is. To me, it looks like a giant lizard dog, and I actually think it's really sort of adorable. Now, please bear in mind that these are not their final form. They could be bigger, smaller. Their colors are obviously not complete, so we will see when the game is actually released what they look like. However, the last few dinos from the dev kit have been actually pretty on point with what they look like, but you just never know, so it's better to be safe than sorry. Let's see what animations we've got going on here. This is the laying an egg animation, which I think really looks a lot like pooping too, but this is specifically the laying an egg animation. This is the eating animation, and he just looks so excited, like nom 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 nom. Oh yeah. At least that's what I like to think he's thinking, because that's definitely how I feel when I eat. This is the startled animation, so when they get spooked, this is how they react. And then here we have the bite attack animation. So let's go ahead now and check out the dossier for the dinosaur. The Moschops is a cowardly omnivore. In the wild, they are lethargic and live in the forest, primarily in the redwoods. It's extremely flexible in its eating habits and adverse to fighting. It runs at provocation, but is still preyed upon, which I actually find that to be pretty funny, because that leads me to believe that these guys are slow. If they're still running away and getting chased and eaten, then I can't imagine them to be a very fast dinosaur. Now, for the domesticated part, I'm actually going to just read straight off the dossier for this. What makes Moschops particularly interesting is what it can be trained to do with its eating habits. With a versatile palate and tough teeth, Moschops can be tamed for a unique ability. Over time, it can be taught exactly which things to gnaw, increasing the likelihood of harvesting that exact resource which its master desires. For example, teach it to prioritize chewing prime meat, and prime meat will be easier to harvest from the flesh of its consumers. Likewise for rare plant materials and so forth. So what is that saying? These guys are like a crazy awesome harvester. So you take this guy out, you tame it using prime meat, it will get you more prime meat from the people that it eats. Or if you tame it to eat rare flowers, it will get you more rare flowers. So essentially any harvesting resource that you're lacking, tame it eating that, and it will gather more and more of that for you. How cool is that? It'll help for really rare materials that are hard to find. So that's going to be really, really cool, I think, to see in the game. You cannot ride these guys, so they will have to follow you around to do that, which I do think that's kind of a pain, but at the same time, you're getting a pretty sweet trade-off if they're going to get you some rare resources. I think the prime is also really good. If you want to tame something that does require prime, you know it's kind of a pain to get. You just have these guys get you prime, and you're all set. We're going to go back to the dossier for one more second, though, because this is my favorite part of the dossier. It says, just don't expect Moschops to protect you, though. Even after taming, it will quickly flee when enemies are nearby. Regardless of being fed well, increasing its strength, or how much affection you show it, Moschops retain its inherently cowardly nature. I like to think they're insulting the dinosaur a little bit, but if that's true, then that's just how it is. So I would also be very cautious taking these guys out with you, because they could run away, and then you're out a dinosaur, and you're out your rare plants. But that is our quick look here at the Moschops. Please let me know what you guys think of these in the comments below, and if you liked the video or found it informative, please leave a comment or a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. That way you know when I put out a new video, and I will talk to you later. Bye.